All right. And we're back. Can you hear me? You there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me hit my little X button thing.
Yeah. Might want to do that, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. There it is. I can't see you.
America. I'm not going to care about that anymore. You keep saying that shit
Yeah.
every week. So not
I
my
know.
problem. As long as
Not your
America
problem.
can see me, America, baby.
Yeah.
America. You don't see this, but I got the flag in the screen.
All right. Yeah. I can't. Well, I'm sure it'll show up. There you are. Okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
Well, I have to turn every time I have
Cool.
to turn the camera off and turn it back on, which makes no sense.
Every
What the fuck ever.
damn time.
It's you and your shit show, Barry.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Barry shit show.
Yeah, it's my fault. My fault. Welcome to my life.
I'm not Jewish.
Yeah.
It's a lie perpetrated by my prison.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to BJ's Retro Rewind video podcast here on YouTube. My name is Barry again, and with me always my hetero life mate Jake. How you doing, Jake?
I'm all right.
All right.
Get this symmetrical, but I guess I'm just gonna work with it the best I fucking can.
You're in the living room.
Perfect. Yes, you noticed. Change of pace, huh? I like that.
Because I see the Christmas tree in the corner.
Shut the fuck up. Jesus is every day is Jesus Day here at the.
Yes.
I'm just fucking kidding. We're in the South. I figure it's apropos. We put we get the lights up outside, and we leave the tree up because what the fuck?
Why not?
It's a tree.
Why not?
It's a fucking tree. It's a Christmas tree in December, but the rest of the fucking year, it's just a fucking tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't bust my balls.
It's just
I hear that every time I talk to the chick. She's like, "Oh, you still have your Christmas tree up?" I'm like, "Yep, every goddamn day."
Because in my life, every day is Christmas.
That's right.
So, hey, just for a quick second, I'm gonna step over here real quick and turn this fan on because it is hot as fuck in this room.
Yeah, go right ahead, pal. Hold this closer to me and sit back and relax. And I don't know how much more I can angle the camera to give it a better view of me, but I'm sorry, everybody.
All right, I'm back.
The show's just about the conversation, not about the camera angles.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Quentin Tarantino. It's all about ball bearings.
Keep what? What'd you say?
It's all about ball bearings. So fuck you, Tarantino.
Yeah.
You guys are off center, and it's really egotistical that one of you fucking faggots has got a goddamn TV with your fucking podcast playing in the background. There's nothing egotistical about that bullshit.
Hey,
what
man,
I'm just trying
to pump up the brand a little bit. So you like the
brand.
You like?
Why don't you do that at work? Yeah, very spiffy. I like it. That's the one I was like, wow, I thought you would have done that one instead of the other one, which obviously you didn't do any one. You just did
a
That was just a picture, Photoshop with a photo. You were just fucking around. I get it.
Dicking around. So this one didn't turn. I got to actually get a better printer because this one's kind of shitty.
Hey man, it's just it's just for us.
Yeah, so. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Put your feet
damn
up.
right, I'm gonna get comfortable.
Let me get you a snack.
It's fucking. I want some.
Hey, so you didn't
like a rack of lamb.
Yeah, you didn't work today, did you?
Unfortunately, no.
Are you on? You're on your break
today.
Are you on?
No, today was just it's a rough week for this week, guys. So y'all are gonna have to sacrifice 8 hours of pay or a day off for the company. Oh, because yesterday was a holiday and you had to give us 8 hours, and for the folks who worked, you had to pay time and a half. So you just figured out a way to fuck us out of some extra money.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's loyal. Okay. That's loyal. Yeah. But then you want us to take on more work and keep the same fucking whatever. I'll just go on a rant if I start with that shit.
I'm not going to do it. That's how they did ours because the holiday on Tuesday. So everybody got the holiday off, and then they get an extra day off during the week. Except for
so they're
for me.
They're teaching. They're picking that shit up from other companies, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, this is how you save money. Hey, fuck you fucking caviar eating fucking.
So my boss was like, yeah, everybody gets an extra day off this week with pay except you.
They act like it's
And I was like, okay, so
that
do I
hurts.
get compensated? Yeah, we're gonna throw you a pizza
Oh,
party at the
pizza
end of the
party.
end of the
Yeah.
month,
Pizza party,
and
motherfucker.
two toppings, two toppings, and you get two
One
pizzas.
slice each. Don't get
Yeah,
greedy.
yeah, and 1 2
Stays
liter of
good.
Coke, and that's it. That's all you get. So
It's funny when I worked at
uh,
Target, that's the kind of shit that they would pull. Like they would be like, all right, we got pizza in the break room. We're gonna hand it out. They'd have somebody like fucking literally standing there all through our break, making sure that we all just had our one slice. Then at night, the night crew, which is like everybody who's on the sales floor, all the what we call
yeah,
the fucking that fucking we're the fucking the dwarves, the fucking
yeah,
hard working back breaking, unload the truck, fill the shelves. Then the fucking pretty floor people come. The fucking elves show up, and then there's nobody monitoring them. They get fresh pizzas, and no, they don't tell them shit. They go back there, they're eating 4 or 5 slices. Fuck us, the hardworking ones. Oh boy, because we get $1
oh
extra. They whittled that
God,
shit down too. They whittled that
really?
shit down because we were coming in when I first started there. We were coming in at 4. Then it started being like they started to stagger for fucking no apparent reason. They started
Yeah,
staggering and have some people come in a little later, like 4:30. Then they wanted to push it because a couple of years went by, and then they were like, "That's good. No, we're going to start coming in at 5, but we still want you to do 5 hours of work within 4 hours and get it done before the store opens," which would never happen. It was hilarious. We're
yeah.
like, this is not feasible unless we were to work 10 times harder. And anyway, long story short, you know how that goes. 10 times harder,
Oh yeah,
4 hours, and you're working 3 days a week, 4 hours. And if they have work and the ones they choose, oh, I like that. He can stay. Yes, you guys can go. Why can he stay? Well, especially most of the time it was because he was new. Whenever you get
yeah.
new people and they wanted to fucking pad them with some hours to get them to be like, oh, this is a great job and I'll stick around. I said,
Mm.
wait. I said, you just wait, buddy. You wait till a month or 2 goes by. They're like, oh no. And then they'd be like, fucking 2 months later, the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I told you.
Mm.
I know how they work.
Yeah. So,
So,
how was your day? What'd you do today, man?
uh,
Catch me up.
as little as possible.
Walk me through your day. Walk.
Are you high? I'm a fucking fat, lazy bastard. Okay. I got up at 10:30-ish, which is not really normal for me, but I mean, I was just like, you know what? I mean, I was awake earlier than that. I
You
just was
got
like,
up, but you wake up
I just refused
early.
to get out of bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, I do. I'm like, my dad's like, oh, I don't know if I'm waking you. I'm like, Dad, it's 11 o'clock. What the fuck do you think I am?
I'm
I
not
could
a
stay up till
teenager
2,
anymore.
or I could stay up till 2 and 3 in the morning, which is not intentional. I'm just in the bed. I just fucking will not fall asleep and then
Yeah.
wake up at 8 and be like, okay, guess I gotta work. I guess
Mm.
I'm up because my back is killing me. The fuck's that all about?
How old is your mattress?
I don't know. 4 or 5 years old. It's not that old.
I would say you may
I don't
want
know.
to look in getting a different mattress. I have to swap mine out
Hard.
about every 3 years. I swap
Yeah.
ours out. So I
I'll
have to
give
do
this.
like the
If I, if I,
middle of the road one. It can't be too hard, can't be too soft. It's too soft, it fucks my back up. It's too hard, it fucks my back up.
that's the thing. I think. Yeah, because mine's got and that's the thing. I can only. I can't flip it because it's got that
Because it's pillow
extra
top.
pillow top.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
yeah,
I'm like,
mine
yeah, I'm
too.
not doing that again
All you
because
can do is
you
turn it.
can't do the whole. Yeah, that's all I can do is turn it. And half time I don't even. I definitely don't do that. Well, I
Yeah,
have a couple times, but it's a pain in the ass. It's a queen size, so.
yeah,
Um, no, I didn't do. I mean, I watched some stuff. I was trying to get some information. Always trying to learn, because mainly talking about stuff like that, like sleep and all, and
yeah.
sleep and diet and trying to how to do better on that shit. And I was watching some stuff about light therapy and stuff like that, like red light therapy. Interested in that, or some kind of light. They have a light you can get that you turn on in the morning and it's like super bright. It's almost like a sun, and it kind of
Yeah.
does stuff to you. It's supposed to be for like wintertime and some of the like places like Alaska or stuff where it's like it's more dark. than as light. But I mean, even for people like me, who's just I have like blackout curtains in my room. I can, but I don't because it's a pain in the ass. So I just have my room pretty much dark. I mean, so I'm like, yeah, maybe I should get something like that. Wake my ass up because I just don't want to. I just sleep till I get right to the point of having to wake up for work, and then I just try to take a cold shower. I mean, it starts out like cool. I don't like to do these extreme fuckers and just jump right into an ice cold shower. But by the way, hilariously enough,
psychopaths.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd probably do that ice bath shit. I mean, it sounds insane, but I am crazy, so I'd probably do that shit. And let me tell you, that'll wake you the fuck up, no doubt.
Yeah, well, it will.
Drop your ass into an ice bath for 5 minutes. Whoo! There's no coffee that can do what that can do. I can promise you that. But
shrink that sack right up.
I ain't got no use for it. I'm an old man now. By the way, I want to do a test here. I just checked the last video and I didn't see a fucking single comment, so I don't know if this will garner anything, but I'm just curious. I want to get your view on this. I know you know how old I am, and I don't know that I've ever mentioned it in any of the videos and all that shit. But honestly, if you didn't know who the fuck I was and you saw me, how old would you honestly think I am? And it's not going to hurt my feelings. I don't give a shit. Honestly, how old do I look?
Me to you?
Yes. How do you think I look?
In your 40s.
How old do I honestly look?
In your 40s.
If anybody's watching this, and please don't feel like there's no attack on it. If anyone would venture a guess, I'd love in the comments people to guess how old I am. Now, I could take this as an insult, not people commenting what happened today. So I decided to go eat today. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I really feel like eating a specific kind of food. And the only place I could think of where I could get something like that was the Old Times Country Buffet.
Yeah.
So I went to there, and I paid, and I went to sit down, and I checked my receipt.
Yeah.
And it said seniors buffet. What? I was like, really? Fuck. You rang me. I didn't ask me my age. Didn't say shit to me. Just rung me up. Senior buffet.
Like, yes.
Part of me is like, fucking discounts. Hell yeah. The other part of me goes, hey man, I ain't fucking that old. What the fuck? Wait, did they lower the age of senior citizenship? What the fuck? I mean, we're both getting what? Is it AAA or AA? Or what is that thing? Or AARP?
AARP,
whatever.
Yeah.
AARP things. And I've been getting that for like actually for the last 5 years. And I'm like, I'm not even close to what I think is the age for that to even be. And they were still trying to, hey, you should sign up. I found no benefit whatsoever really to it. I mean, there's some shit, but it's like, it's not, I don't travel. I looked into it. Yeah. It's useless.
Nothing.
It's got no benefit to me. Maybe when my older, but I thought that was crazy. I was like, this person, I'll say, because they were probably, they probably think of themselves as a different sexuality or sex than they really are. Long story short. But I'm like, that you just viewed me like that? Why? Because there was a bunch of people there that were old and had gray in their hair. I'm like, I probably should just take it as like, hey, thanks for the discount. God knows what it would have cost if I didn't. But it just blew my mind that I looked at that receipt and I went, it's almost like if you were and you went, oh, I am old.
Well, the person waiting on you, were they young?
Yeah, they're pretty young.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're
to
probably
them, anything
probably the early 20s. I have to somewhere in there, like between 20 and 25. I have to venture a guess. I'm not
so
good with
anything,
either, so.
anything over like the mid 30s to them, they consider old. So
you look like you're about to pass. Let me cut you a deal on this buffet. Hey, does that mean I could go get the blue? What was that shit we used to hear about when we were kids? We're like, one day you'll be able to get the early bird special. Can I go get the early bird special now? Is it that time? Time of life?
Time to have dinner at 2:00 in the afternoon. So
that's what they say. Well, that's a Southern thing down here too. This stuff blows my mind when it was like Thanksgiving and they're like, we're gonna have Thanksgiving dinner at 2. I'm like, it's fucking lunch. What the fuck are you talking about?
I get that. We're
that because we're hobbits.
I look at myself in the mirror in the mornings and I'm just like, oh man, when did I fucking get old? And I'll talk to my wife. I'm like, I'm getting old. She was like, you don't look that old. And I was like, I'm old. I got gray. You know, I said,
You seem like
I'm
there was more gray
definitely
in your hair. Are you dyeing that shit?
no,
If you are, you are. Oh, okay.
no,
Not the last time I saw you. It seemed like it was a little bit
no.
more
It
pronounced.
just
Maybe it's the
depends on
lighting.
how I part
How
my
you comb
hair.
it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Okay,
some
rogue.
days it really is real prominent, and other days it's it's
Jesus.
not.
It's like,
I had a lady one time card me for cigarettes. It was a couple of months ago.
yeah.
And I was like,
And you may
really?
feel good, right?
She was like, yeah, I'm supposed to card anybody that looks younger than 40 years old. And I was like, how old do you think I am? And she was like,
Younger than
you're probably like 38. And I was like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
you're happy
She
about
was,
that.
yeah, I was. I felt great. I was like, yeah, card me. And then
That
the
happened.
funny thing was
That
I
happened in a
pulled
restaurant.
I don't have my wallet on me, but I pulled my wallet out
Uh-huh.
because she asked me for the ID, and I pulled out my Blockbuster card,
Uh-huh.
and she goes,
That was your
"Oh,
ID.
yeah." She goes, "Oh shit, you are over 40." And I was like, "Yeah, but here's my ID." So I was like, "That's cool." Made me feel good. Made me feel good. So,
I was at a
oh,
restaurant with some friends years ago,
yeah, go ahead.
Karen and a bunch of people, this guy Ted, and that happened at the Ruby Tuesday in the mall. We were all sitting there, and Ted, he's probably like, he's probably like a year or two, maybe something like that, older than me. And the girl, the woman, I guess he asked for a drink, and the woman carded him. He goes, "I like you, and you're getting a fucking tip. Nice." And I
Are you
was like,
talking
"The
about?
fuck's your problem?"
Are you talking about Ted, the burnout Ted? Used to be married to one of our other friends.
Yes, that
Yeah, okay.
gentleman who's in the
Yeah,
wrestling and rock. Yeah.
yeah. God, I wanted to punch him in the fucking beak one night.
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ. I
Oh
told you the story
God.
that one time, right? Where we were all supposed to go. It was me, it was our friend Karen, it was Brandon, and
Mm,
him. We were all together except for him. So we go to pick him up. And this is a long time ago. And I didn't know about this, regardless of the fact that I didn't know about. Apparently, he has something that he's supposed to take medication for. I don't know what it is,
I believe it.
uh, uh, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we get to his place, and everybody gets out of the car, which instantly regretting, but it wouldn't have changed the fact that it would have ruined the day if we had went to Jacksonville. We didn't, because as we're getting into the car, and you know how I am, I'm a big person, so it's difficult for me. And the vehicle we were riding in was not a big vehicle, so I
Yeah.
have to sit in the front, or my fucking legs, if they I have problems with my legs. It's a
Yeah.
physical thing.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking like game, or I'm just superior. It's just a physicality thing. This dude wanted to play the, you know, shotgun. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. He's like, yeah, it's what we're doing. I said shotgun. I said, no, Ted, I can't sit in the back seat. I have a leg problem. I don't care. I called shotgun. I said, I'm sitting in the front. It's not a fucking discussion. That's the end of the story. He said, well, fuck it. I ain't going. And he walked back in the house. And that was the end of it. And they were mad at me. The other two were pissed at me and said,
Yeah.
you can't do that with him. He's got blankety blank. And I'm like, first of all, one, I don't fucking know that. And that's unfair for you to fucking judge. You're judging me about me judging him on something I didn't even know he fucking had. And it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense that he can't just accept that physically I can't sit in the back because he said a word, and he can't
Yeah.
accept it since he's older than me. And
Yeah.
we've known each other for fucking 7, 8 years at that time. I met him at Blockbuster. He's there
Yeah.
speaking of Blockbuster. And I was like, this is so infantile. It just ruined the trip. We just didn't end up going. He got in a mood. I think he's bipolar. I think that's what it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
And I was like, what does that have to do with calling shotgun and not getting your way? Well, that's not how the world works. If you're supposed to be on medication and you're not taking it, and then I just made you upset, that's not my problem. That's your problem. You know you're supposed to be on medicine. If you're not taking it, the rest
Yeah.
of the world does not have to cater to you.
Yeah.
Because if you take the medicine, you're not going to do this. So hence, that's the end of it. But I can't believe that Karen and Brandon was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me? First of all, Karen, you know I can't sit in the back. I'm going to have a miserable time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, you might as well go. You know what? Why don't you just take him? Why don't you take me home, and you guys go down and fuck me? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm the only adult in this fucking group, and I'm not even the oldest motherfucker. And that's what happened. We
Well, I
ended up all
remember.
going home. It was just ruined the whole fucking time. We didn't go. I was like, this is so fucking
Well,
childish. Never
I
planned anything with
remember
them again like that. I was like, fuck this. I'll never do this shit
even
with you
back
guys again.
even back in the day when we would go out of town and stuff like that. You always sat in the front seat. I always sat in the
Yeah.
back. So because I knew your legs were kind of fucked up. So
Yeah,
even back
my
then,
legs, I can't, man.
yeah,
Poor
I
circulation, and
never had a problem with it.
I don't know. I'm just a big person. It's fucking infant. It's just childish shit.
Oh, I know, I know.
It's so
Yeah,
fucking childish, but it is what it
I
is. I mean, I still know him, and I still see him, but we don't, I mean, like with a lot of people, you just time and
yeah.
distance and life. It is what it is, but you know, it's fine.
I
he's happy.
remember.
He's married again. He's on his third wife, and he's happy. Cool with him. He's doing production. Good for him. Like the other knucklehead, the other guy I
Yeah,
was talking about just now. Too. He's remarried. He's living somewhere, and he's doing his thing. Hey, happy. I'm glad. I'm glad for all of y'all.
yeah. I remember I
But
had
stupidity.
when I think it was Karen was working at Claire's or one of those
Yeah. It was Claire's in the mall. She worked at the Sunglass Hut,
yeah,
Claire's, and FYE.
and
Those are three,
she
and GNC. Yeah, Jesus.
yeah, she called me and she was like, "Hey, we're doing inventory tonight. Do you want to make some money? We're paying like $10 an hour, and you just got to work for like 5 hours." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And so I went in, and all we had to do was go scan all the jewelry and shit. And
That's cool.
oh, fuckball was there, and I
Big
was sitting
B.
there scanning. No, Ted, and
Oh, weird.
yeah,
Okay.
and I dropped I dropped a necklace. And I was like, I went down to pick. He was like, "Huh, just drop that. Just put that anywhere." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I scanned it and dropped it again. Just put that anywhere. And by the fifth time of him saying that, I looked at him and I was like, "Dude, it's not fucking funny anymore." Okay. I said, "Why don't you go
Once.
scan over there? Because get away from me." And he was like, "What's up your ass?" And I was like, "You're an idiot. That's what's up my ass. You're an idiot. Get the
It's
fuck
not
away
funny
from me."
16 times. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, good God. I said, go, why don't you go out in the parking lot and smoke another joint and kill those other two brain cells you have left? Jesus Christ. God, I wanted to wrap him in the fucking dome. But sweet guy. Sweet guy. Yeah.
Lovely singing voice.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
dead now.
Yeah.
He's dead now, and I'm in charge.
Yeah. He's like the white Jim Neighbors.
Well,
Oh,
golly.
check this out, man.
Google
I
that,
went to
kids. Google it.
um
Kids, what?
yesterday was the
Orgy?
4th.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the 4th. You had a good 4th? Good 4th. Yeah.
Sure. I watched the
Um,
fireworks in New York on TV for all of 10 minutes, and then at 2 in the morning was yelling outside at fucking morons shooting off fireworks, going, assholes, it's a fucking weeknight and there's still laws. It doesn't matter if it's not even 4th of July anymore. It's
yeah.
literally, well, it wasn't 2. It was like midnight, but it doesn't matter. I was like, you're fucking idiots, you dumb
You're
hicks. Go
you're
around,
like
go
that
figure
old
out, go count your teeth, which won't
you're
take
like that
long,
old
and go to
man
bed.
shaking your fist at him.
Get off of my lawn.
We didn't do anything. Like I said, I put started watching Independence Day and I had it on in the
Jesus.
living room. Had the motherfucker
Uh-huh.
on repeat. I think I watched it
You did
like
not.
yeah. I think I had I think I
Science.
watched it
Okay.
five times yesterday. But anyways, we had to
Should
run
have
into
watched
town to go pick up
Return of the Living Dead. The fuck was wrong with you?
oh yeah, I love that one. But we went to Goodwill real quick. We had to go do some back to school
Jesus,
shopping.
we are
I
so
love
fucking
Goodwill
old that
too.
we're set in our goddamn ways. What'd
Yeah.
you do today?
So
Same shit I did yesterday.
I found Tommy Boy
Is,
soundtrack for a
is it?
dollar.
Yeah, does it work? Have you ran it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
I
found
don't know.
Adam Sandler on
It's too
CD.
much glare. Too much
Oh, I'm
glare.
sorry.
All right.
But anyways, it's the one where he's painted up
Okay.
like a clown. His face is painted up like a clown. Called
Uh,
What's Your Name? It's a great comedy album. And then I saw, check this out. I saw the Millennium Falcon,
Jesus.
89
Okay.
cents. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, that's gonna go with my collection. I get home, I'm taking the stickers and shit off it, and then
Why?
realize that
Oh, the pricing stickers.
Yeah,
Okay.
the price it's at 89
I was
cents,
like,
and then
the fuck would you peel the stickers off for? What kind
and
of
then
savage are
realize,
you? Yep. I hear it.
yeah,
Yeah, let's not
and
get
it's got the
in
little,
trouble. Oh, the
yeah,
lights up
but
in the back. There you go.
it's a Bluetooth speaker.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
looked it up, and on Amazon it was $50 on Amazon. Yeah,
somebody got jacked at the fucking Goodwill. Either that,
yeah.
or maybe somebody got fucking
I didn't
evicted and
know
they
that.
left that behind. Who the hell
I
knows?
thought it was just a toy, and I was like, it'll
You
go in
never
my
know.
room. Yeah, so I was like, that's cool as
Hey,
shit.
you
So
tried
found some
hooking
good
it up
stuff.
to your phone and play some music through it?
Yeah,
See
yeah,
how that
yeah,
sounds?
yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. Because it's got a little thing you charge it. Because I didn't even see the charging port on there. I just thought it was a toy, and I was like, oh fuck, this is cool, man. So good find. All of $3 that I spent. So,
Look out for this guy.
yeah, big spender over here. But my
Jesus.
neighbors, this was kind of cool. My neighbor,
No fireworks? You didn't see any fireworks?
we
For the
heard
kid?
them. I didn't. Yeah, she doesn't want like doing it anymore, so we didn't buy any fireworks or anything like that. But I was out in the front yard. My neighbor comes pulling up in his zero-turn mower, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm throwing a party. We're gonna have some family over, and it's not gonna bother you." And I said, "No, man, knock yourself out. Go right ahead." He said, "Can I borrow your
Unless it's 2 in the
wheelbarrow?"
fucking morning. No, I'm kidding. Go on. No.
They were out there till 11, 12 o'clock last night, and it didn't bother me. But he was like, "Dude, can I borrow your wheelbarrow? I got some trash I got to move." And I was like, "Yeah, it's in the backyard. Let me go grab it real quick. I'll pull it around." And the other day when my lawnmower fucked up on me, right? The bracket like snapped, and so I was like, "Well, I can't mow my grass, but I have a little electric push mower." So I was out there.
Good exercise.
Oh my God. I'm out there with the electric push mower for like 20 minutes. I'm soaking wet. I think I'm about to die. The battery dies.
Hey, neighbor.
Yeah. And so I was like, fuck this. Just part of my yard is done. And he comes over. He's like, yeah, wheelbarrow, blah, blah, blah. I say, yeah, let me go grab it for you. I go grab the wheelbarrow, take it over, come back in the house. I start talking to my wife about something. I was in the house, just 5 minutes, come back outside. Whole yard is mowed. Both sides. He mowed my grass for me.
Nice.
And I walked back over, and because I had one of those pop-up tents that's got the just for like shade, you want to sit underneath it. I have an extra one. So I grabbed it and I walked it over to him because I was like, "Hey man, you guys are having a party. You can borrow this." And he was like, "Oh, cool." And I said, "Man, I saw you mowing my grass. You didn't have to do that." And he was like, "Well, that's what neighbors do." And I was like, "You're awesome, dude. Thank you."
Not in this country, but thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he tells me, if you don't get your lawnmower fixed, in the next couple of weeks or whatever, just holler at me, man. I'll come over and knock it out for you again. And I was like,
He's probably
cool,
loving doing that.
Oh, dude, he's always out in the
dudes.
yard. Always out in the yard, man. He loves mowing grass.
I some reason. I just, I'm thinking, he's like, if you got to sit down riding mower and you can just done. Yeah. I'd fucking do it.
Yeah.
My ex had to threaten to, threaten my manhood. I got a guy coming over here. I saw I was going to pay him $10. Get the fuck out. No one's doing it. I'll get the fuck out of here. I said I was going to do it. Yeah, for 2 weeks. No, fuck that shit. And I go mow the lawn. And I was like, I should probably lied.
You don't mow another man's grass. That's right. Freaky bastard.
Never rub another man's rhubarb. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Oh.
That's some women's psychology right there.
Yeah.
Somebody probably told her that shit. Like, hey, just tell him you fucking hired some dude. And you don't really know if he's a man. Fuck that shit. No one's just coming over here touching my lawn. I don't know why I gave a shit. I didn't give a shit. I was just like, I just something inside of me was some little little bit of the Cro-Magnon man was still in there going, you don't do that, man. No man touches your lawn.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is inside of me? He's mad about this. I got to do this. Fuck this shit.
I know exactly.
Because we said a push mower. Yeah. Well, pull it, normal lawnmower bullshit, whatever. You put gas in and all that crap and oil. But, it was a pain in the ass. It was a, fairly big lawn.
Well, I came back out. I came back out later because we have like a little rock garden that we've built out here. And I was out there pulling weeds.
Yeah.
Man, just pouring sweat. I'm out there on my hands and knees pulling weeds in this rock.
Yeah, you got to plan that shit out like before 10 a.m. or after 6. Yeah. I'd say more in the morning if you can,
My wife comes out and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I'm pulling weeds. She was like, get your ass in this house. You're going to die.
Yeah. I can't have you dying on me. I can't have you dying on me. Who the fuck's going to It's going to work.
Yeah, you die. Who's going to mow the grass?
Who am I going to yell at? Who the fuck am I going to yell at if you're not here?
Exactly.
That's love, man. That's love.
Yeah. So did we nail down what we wanted to talk about on the podcast for Sunday? Were we going to do the Kevin Smith thing?
I don't know. Kevin? No, I don't think we nailed anything down. I mean,
okay. I know we were throwing it around.
We could talk about Kevin Smith and his influence on us. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I
have no problem with that.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to do like top 5 movies or.
We can just say what we liked. I mean, if it's 5 is fine. If you want to do 5, I'll do 5. If we get to all 5, great. If we don't, I can give a shit.
Okay.
But just like I said, we can just talk all about Kevin Smith and the View Askew universe.
Yeah.
Askewverse.
Well, you were bastard.
I love and hate that guy because we're both from New Jersey. Yeah. We're only a few years apart in age, and what a fucking ingenious thing. Like, let me film in the convenience store that I work in that I hate so much. I was like, God damn it. How many times I think anybody who's into like, even before that movie came out, anybody who was wanting to be a filmmaker like you and me and people we known through our lives at one point or another thought, I mean, obviously after that movie now, anyone could just say, well, because Kevin Smith, but bullshit. Before Kevin Smith movie ever came out, I always thought, why don't you just fucking film it in my house? When we film it in the woods, anywhere that would be free, cheap, and just make a goddamn movie already and stop fucking, wasting what little life we have left. And that man he just did it. He asked his boss, like, if it's after hours, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a huge influence on me, even younger, back in the 90s, back when I was getting really into wanting to do that. And then of course
damn, I mean, I was there. I was fucking when I went to the, I don't know if I was working at that movie theater at the time in which is now just well, now who knows what's going to happen to it now. I think it's going to get knocked down, but it's so fucking sad. I can't fathom movie theaters. Like, this theater was shut down in the early, like I don't know, maybe like 2005 for renovations and never reopened. And it was a hot spot on the weekends for fucking sure. Now, I don't know. There's a lot of problems, and I don't know whatever happened. And it's been sitting there well after I left New Jersey. I left New Jersey in 97. But anyway, long story short, I remember going to see Mallrats in that theater. And if I knew, I mean, I obviously I had some, but that's before the internet. That was before all the shit. Like, if I knew he's from Jersey, but he didn't film. I didn't know about all that happened or where exactly he was from, because Jersey's not like, just like it's not like, you blink and you've gone through it. It's a big, it's not like obviously it's not the biggest state in the world. I'm just saying he could have been from any part of New Jersey. I didn't know how close he was. The fact that when I saw Mallrats and he had shot that one scene where they went to the dirt mall and they end up going to the psychic with the 3 nipples.
Yeah.
That outside shot where they pull in was the front of the we didn't call it a dirt mall, it was a US 1 flea market. And you could go there and get that was the first, there was a tiny little dinky ass video store there. And when my grandmom won, so how rich we were, when my grandma won our first VCR at her company picnic, and it was one of those big ass motherfuckers that you stuck the tape in and pushed it down. It didn't even have little white things. Yeah. It was fucking just fucking huge. But we won it. I was obviously like, oh, I was so fucking like, oh my
Oh, of
God, we could
course.
just watch whatever. And we went to that video store, and I remember they were like, you can rent. I think we rented 3 movies, and I know I rented Raiders of the Lost Ark because I remember that being the first movie, one of the first 3. I don't know what the other 2 were, but it stuck with me that Raiders was the first one, and they came in these plastic. I could still smell it. I could still smell it.
Yeah.
And you just
Yeah, I
we went up
remember
to the
those.
US 1 flea market. There was a video store. I don't know if the video store that, because obviously as time went on, video stores started popping up everywhere. I know there was a video store in our town, but I don't know if at the time there was, since we went and got videos at the US 1 flea market. They also had a fucking like a whole grocery kind of area where people sold stuff. There was a place that sold this. It was like a rice cake, but it wasn't a rice. It tasted different. It wasn't as sweet. I think it was made of honey, and it was through this Asian market. And it was good. I've never seen anything like it since. But anyway, there was a whole place in there. That's places where even though we had malls and everything, I remember getting stuff. I think I bought my first 2 cassettes I bought there. First 2 or 3 cassettes I bought there. It was Michael Jackson's Thriller, and it was The Police. I never can remember how to pronounce the name of it, but it was the album that had Roxanne on it. It had a weird name, like it was like their second album or third album, maybe not, probably second album. It had like red letters on it. And it had a weird name on it. It was really, I'll look it up. But
it wasn't
see how fucked up the name was? It wasn't Synchronicity. No, I can tell you that. That was, I think, their last album. No, it was like the earlier one of their earlier, like I said, albums.
Damn.
It had it had more than Roxanne on it. It had, I think, it had most of the bigger hits that came out, like Spirits in the Material World. I love that song. That song is, whenever that comes on, man, that just brings me back to that time. That song just is stamped in the 1980s, the early 80s when it came out. But I got that album there. But that place had a lot of stuff. That place even had a guy I befriended, this guy named Gene. This big motherfucker had all these bootleg videos. I bought a bunch of shit from him. I even helped him get some stuff. I had a bunch of, I started recording episodes of the 1960s Batman, and I had a bunch of them. And I told him that, and he's like, oh, I could use those. I have a bunch of them, but I don't have all of them. And maybe you might have some. If you let me borrow yours, I'll let you have a couple of things you like. And I ended up getting that series I was telling you about, because at the time he was the only one who had it. I was able to get the first 2 seasons of Star Blazers, that Japanese anime about the spaceship. Yeah. Because that wasn't on TV anymore. It was before DVD. Everything's VHS. And VHS, they did have VHS you could buy, but they were like a couple $100 and hard to get a hold of. So that place had a lot of memories, and I remember that place had a good, like a little food court that was really good. I remember that place had the best. There was a place that had, like, they took whole potatoes, they sliced them up, they throw them in a brown paper bag, and douse them with salt and vinegar, and that shit was fucking delicious. It was this one, wasn't it? Outlandos de Amor.
Outlandos de Amor.
Yeah, this one. This is the one. Oh, yeah. Did I hit the thing? Oh, never mind. I must have fat fingered something. I thought it was the one that was said Ghost in the Machines. Yeah. I thought it was the one Ghost in the Machines, but it's not that one. That was the one I was thinking of, but that's actually not the one I bought. It was that one.
Ghost in the Machine was the one that had the digital red.
Yeah, the red digital thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that place has
each one of them. I didn't know that for the longest time. I didn't know that was actually supposed to be them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Ghost in the Machine. I just thought it was like
digital
calculator shit, but it was actually them. I was like, oh, now I see it. I can't unsee it now.
Oh, like them making the shapes or something like that?
Yeah, like the middle one is Sting, and the one on the left is supposed to be the guitar player, and the one on the right is Stuart Copeland.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember the other guy's name either. Yeah, that's sad because because most of the time it was Stuart Copeland and Sting, especially because apparently those are the two that butted heads that ended the whole thing. But just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of great memories in that mall. Now, and then eventually it just, I guess, ran into the ground. Prices got too high. They shut that shit down and sold the property off to. And now it's which which broke my heart and the hearts of millions of New Jerseyans. But they replaced it with a fucking our first stadium seated AMC movie theater. And I was fucking, oh my God, dude. I thought that was like a church. It was so beautiful, like a mecca. I couldn't believe it. It was like, you can have chicken fingers and nachos, because most places it's candy and popcorn. Yeah, that was like, what is this? I felt like Ralphie when he got like, I can't remember the line from the movie. Perks and things. Oh boy, some shit like that. At such a young age, I was like, what the fuck? I can order food. I'm fat. I love movies. This is Mecca. And
you're talking about when he got his ring, Dakota ring.
Yeah. He's reading the thing and he's like, oh, Pierre. He's like, oh, I can't remember what he said. The word. Anyway, fuck it. It doesn't matter. You guys look it up. But yeah, and the stadium seating was so fucking like inclined. I was like, there's no bad fucking seats. No bad seats. Obviously, I never sat in the front row, so I would have known that that's not very true. It's still some shitty seats if you get, but I would go up high. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. I saw Scream in there. I saw Invaders from Mars, which, by the way, we had a power outage and I ended up getting a ticket to come back and watch a movie again, which I did. I think I watched, I don't know if I watched, well, they gave us a free ticket to come back, but we did get to finish the movie too, because it took about half an hour. And I forget. Oh, yeah. And that's when they started to do the re-releases of the Star Wars. So I went there and I saw Star Wars and Empire. And then we moved to Georgia and they didn't have anywhere that was playing Return of the Jedi. So, but I've since seen it in theaters because there's been a bunch of marathons and stuff like that I've gone to. So I've seen it enough. I'm good. I could have went today. I was going to go today. The Island Cinema was playing because they do, which I think that this local theater should still do, considering that, the movies are still kind of, slugging along, but they're jamming the movies again with, oh, well, the Mario movie's out, so we're going to fill 3 theaters with that bullshit. I was like, Jesus Christ. To people who love Mario, I bless you, but I don't think that 3 theaters need to be filled. I understand that they realize that kids movies do well, but anyway. But I'm like, no, you guys should have kept that, because they were running for a while there. They started doing when they reopened the theaters and they weren't releasing movies weekly like they were, and still I don't know if they're releasing them that often still, but they started putting in older movies, which I thought was so great. I was like, oh shit, yeah, because those movies, still I have never seen, even though they may have come out, like maybe because they were horror movies or something like that. I was too young. But there were, for a while there, when I was like off on Sundays, I would go, because Island Cinema has this, and it's all over the country, but it's at select theaters called shit. What is it called? Flashback Cinema, where they put movies, all movies. I mean, like all kinds of movies. Like they put, I can't say Gone with the Wind, because apparently that movie is as long as fucking. I tried to watch that one time. I seriously did. I was like, I'm gonna, this is supposed to be one of the greatest movies. I'm gonna watch this movie. Now I watched it. I don't know what I watched it on, but what I watched it on had commercials. And then when I checked it, and this was at 11 o'clock at night, and it said it was a 5-hour movie. I was like, the fuck you are watching this movie. I watched an hour of it and I went, I'm out. I gotta go to bed. This is fuck you. I'm not. You're not. So far, nice movie. A little late. Maybe I should have saw it years ago when I was younger. Maybe I'd appreciate it more. I don't hate it, but I'm not gonna spend 5 hours because they have like 10 minutes of commercials and shit. Fuck you. Wherever I was watching, I don't know what channel I was watching. They had commercials at the time, but I was like, yeah, I'm not sticking.
Oh, we lost you. Oh, there you are. You're back. I lost you there first.
Hold on.
I lost you for a second.
Yeah, you did because some fucking buddy called. No, I'm on do not disturb. I'm not supposed to get phone calls,
Well,
right?
that's what happened earlier, man. When I had it on do not disturb and that fucking
Fucking
phone call came through. So
scam likely. Yeah, I scam this. I'm not answering your fucking call.
yeah,
But anyway, it didn't disconnect the show,
yeah,
so that's
thank
a good
God.
thing. But anyway, so I could have went today to watch Jaws. That would have been interesting, right?
Oh yeah, that'd have been
But
great.
I've gone to see Jaws. I know I saw Jaws back in the day when it came out years and years ago. Maybe even saw it. No, I don't think I saw it in the drive-in, but I definitely seen it in a theater because I know they re-released it
Yeah,
back in the 70s. I mean, because I swear I remember it being in theaters, and it came out when I was quite young. But I know I'm pretty sure we went to see it. But I've seen it since because, like I said, with the flashback cinemas. A couple of weeks ago, they had Temple of, or no, they had Raiders of the Lost Ark. I thought it would have been for Father's Day. They could have done Last Crusade, but they
yeah,
didn't. I don't know what
that would
they
have been
had. They didn't
good.
really have like a Father's Day movie, but they show a
Did you
lot of old
see?
movies. That's pretty
Did
cool.
you not to get off top when you said Jaws? Did you see the thing on the news the other day, or it was yesterday? I saw it. Like
No.
all along the beaches, there was like tons of people out in the water. And here's the fucking sharks, man. The fins were coming up. People were like, "Get the fuck out of the water! Get out of the
That
water!"
happened, really? Oh,
Yeah, there was tons of them, man. They were just up close. Here comes the fin going down. I was like, "Oh man!" Then it was like some cat like out there. This lady was just doing this bit. She was like, "Get out of the water." He's like, "Yeah, I see you." And she's like, "Get the fuck out of the water."
no.
He turns,
Oh,
he guy turns around, sees like four fins coming. He was like, "Oh shit!" Trying to swim
dumbass,
towards. Oh, yeah.
dumbass colonist.
That's why I keep my ass out of the water.
Fucking
Oh,
white people. We're the
yeah.
worst. Anyway,
What are you gonna do?
yeah. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't a big fan of shit touching my legs. Now I've tried to go in the ocean, and anytime anything, I'm like, fuck it, fuck it. I could be in like not even to my knee, and I'm like, nope, nah, I'm good, I'm good. Nah, you can
Yeah,
have it. Now I would probably swim somewhere like a spring or someplace where I could see
yeah,
the bottom, but I'd still kind of be weary. I'd probably, I really feel like I got to put like water shoes on now because I don't like nothing touching my feet. I
yeah.
don't know why. I'm super
I don't
sensitive
like
to the
getting
fuck.
in the water at all, unless it's a swimming pool.
Yeah, I'm down with swimming pools.
My wife, on the other hand, she'll get out in the water,
My
but
kids, yeah, they'll
no,
get in the water, swim out there. Look at me. I'm like, get the
yeah.
fuck closer to shore. Are you
what's
crazy?
what's wrong with you? Oh,
Put your big pants on.
yeah. I raised you
I was
better
like,
than
to be
this.
young.
Yeah,
To be young and fearless. I was
yeah, I
that way
know.
one day. I was that like
Yeah,
that one time. Now, fuck it.
yeah. Not anymore.
Mind you, though, I'd still like to go. I would still like to go, and I feel like even though there's been some weird shit over the years that have happened, I feel like for the most part, I'd feel fine on a cruise ship. I'm not asking to
Yeah,
go like to anything anywhere exotic. I just think it'd be cool. They're so fucking huge, dude. They're so fucking huge. It's hilarious when somebody did a comparison about how, like, if you watch Titanic, you're like, oh my God, how big that ship. And then you go, well, check this out. And then he put it up against these cruise ships, and they're like fucking Godzilla compared to the fucking Titanic. You're
yeah.
like, oh shit.
They're like
Well, I'm not
floating
gonna.
cities.
Yeah. Like
You
I
don't want to
saw
be on
people,
a,
I see these videos and they like they walk in, there's like a mall in the middle of it. I'm like, God
yeah,
damn. You don't even think you're on sea unless you get turbulence or not turbulence. What's the other, what's the shit that you get in the ocean? Not turbulence. It
squall.
starts something with the water. Yeah. I went on, I guess I'm, I obviously getting older too. Not recently. I haven't been, but I think it was probably somewhere in my early 30s. I went with a friend who got a free tickets to us to go on that casino boat.
Yeah, the
We went
Emerald
out,
Princess.
yeah, the Emerald Princess.
I hate
When
that
it used to
thing.
be like on the one side of town, now it's like on the other side under the bridge. But now it was over here, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you go out, and then they give you you get like a meal." I don't know how things are now, but when you used to go out, there was a dinner served and a
Yeah,
breakfast because you came back after midnight, and it goes out pretty far. And I was fine. till about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through the trip. And then I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm feeling good. And the bartender was the guy who was the manager, the first manager, at least when I was, when I worked there, of the movie theater. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but it was the guy before, whoever that,
Albert.
the tall, before Albert, before,
yeah,
before Albert, before, what's his name? What's the other guy's name? The bald guy.
Oh God.
He's like buff now and shit.
Yeah, Joel, not
No, not Joel.
Well,
anyway, if you remember it, but yeah, the guy was used to be he got burned out. Rob. Yeah, there you go, Rob.
Yeah.
Before those guys, there was this guy. I don't know what his name is. We'll just call him Joe. Sorry if you're watching this.
Was he a bigger dude? Have glasses?
No, he wasn't that guy. I know who you're talking about. No, this was that guy was an assistant manager. He wasn't a manager. This other guy was manager. And then he fucking he just worked himself to death. He was fucking he got an ulcer. His wife ended up leaving him. So he's like, fuck this. He quit and he became a bartender on that boat. And he was much happy. I was like night and day different looking dude. I was like, oh shit, you look pretty good. He's like, yeah, I'm happy. It's like, apparently. It's a testament to quitting jobs that are fucking toxic there. But he's like, dude, I think you're seasick. And I'm like, I don't get seasick, man. He's like, I think you are. I said, I don't think so. He's like, yeah, you are. I'm going to make you a drink, but you have to drink the whole thing. And I was like, okay. He's like, no, I'm telling you, you can't stop. You have to chug this whole thing. And it wasn't even like he gave me it was like about this big, like what they would give you, the old school water glasses. Remember when they gave you water at restaurants? Yeah. Not that size. It wasn't that big. Something he made with I think it had lemon, it had lime, it had seltzer, and I don't know what else he put in it. But definitely something for for scurvy. And he's like, you got to chug it, man. And I chugged about 3/4 of it. And then I was like, oh, I can't chug it anymore. He's like, I told you to chug the whole thing. And I chugged the last bit. And it was like, I was like, oh my God. And he's like, say, give it about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I felt like a fucking champ. I was like, next time I'm bringing Dramamine. I learned that lesson.
Yeah, when I went out,
yep, my stomach's not like what it was when I was a kid.
I went out one time and I got seasick, and we went up to the dinner buffet, whatever. And by the time I got up there, it was just like gristly, fatty meat that was left over and some vegetables. And I was like, fuck this. And then when you're coming back into port, everybody's like balled up at the door trying to get off the boat. And it takes so long for that boat to dock, and you're there for like 45 minutes. And I was just like, I'm so tired. I just want to get off this fucking boat.
I think that's what everybody was. How did they make you sick so you leave?
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah. Get off our boat.
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger boat. I think they got a new boat now. It's bigger, and I don't think they don't serve a buffet. They have a meal, I think, but they only do one meal. They don't do the comeback meal. I think they do like one dinner meal, and that's it. I think that's it. It's just and they serve you what they serve you. It's not like a buffet or anything like that. I don't remember there being a buffet either, but anyway. And I was like, somebody was like, just go on there, have fun, but take like $10 and then, whatever happens. If you make some money, great. If you lose it all, you lost $10. But don't go in there and fucking bring hundreds of dollars thinking you're going to fucking roll out of there like a millionaire. You're just going to be pissed off. And I literally did. I had $10 and I spent 45 minutes on the slot machines, and I had $10 and then I had $20 and then I had no bucks.
I think I took $20 and blew it all in the first 10 minutes, and then the rest of the night it was just.
Yeah, just had nothing to do. I was like, I don't play any other games. So I just went up to the top where you could like be outside and look at the stars.
Yeah.
They had, and I just hung out and looked at the ocean. I was like, this is nice. I'm cool with this.
I remember when I went up there, I rolled me up a joint, started puffing. The guy comes out and he was like, hey man, you can't smoke that here. And I was like, okay.
Because we're in the middle of the ocean, where it's legal to gamble, but it's not legal to do this.
I was like, you want to hit it before I put it out? And he goes, yeah. He hits it, and I was like, "So what do you do?" And he was like, "I'm
He
the
goes,
captain."
no, he hits it, and then he's like, it starts out this big. He's like, "Oh, that was good." I'm
Yeah,
like, God damn, buddy.
I just quit smoking yesterday, man.
The
So
captain.
yeah,
Picked the
I'm the
wrong week to,
captain.
and I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah, Captain Good Times here. So
Yeah,
hey,
we noticed that.
well, I'm thinking about it because we're coming up on the mark. You want to tell the kids where they can find us?
No.
Lay it on them.
All right. You can find us on BJ's Retro Rewind on Facebook. Like us, follow us. If there's you comment, I don't know, whatever you do on Facebook, do it. I do it. You do it. We all do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. We have our audio podcast, which usually is premieres every Sunday. You can find that on most major podcast networks, i.e., the four that I'm about to say. Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, which is our home base that has all of our episodes because we have in the past have used copyrighted material, so they're the only ones who will support it because they pay the artists. And Amazon Music is the final place. But like I said, if you really want to get the gist of the show, if you're starting from scratch, check us out on Spotify, and you can catch all 25 episodes. And then if you just follow us everywhere else, you'll just should be up to date because we've learned our lesson about copyrighted material.
Yeah.
Just don't want to limit ourselves. We have this, which is our YouTube channel. Again, also BJ's Retro Rewind, the YouTube channel. Like us, like the videos each time you watch it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we have premiere episodes. Same thing for the whenever you listen to the podcast on, you can get notifications when we upload our latest episodes, or when Barry uploads. And I don't want to take any credit for that. He does the work. I'm just the sun god on top of the hill while naked women throw little dill pickles at me.
Pickles at you.
If you know that reference, you're fucking a friend of mine. I'll tell you that. But anyway, what else do we got? Oh, you can find me on Instagram under which is THE_Jersey Devil 72, or just _Jersey Devil 72. And then Barry, you tell him yours.
My Instagram is Baruch Assault. That's BARUCH Assault. You could also shoot us an email at bjsretrorewind@gmail.com if you want to comment, have a suggestion for an episode, just have a question, or you just want to shoot the shit.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Nudes are always welcome from not the men. Anyway, no,
only men.
Only men. That's all we want. No, I'm fucking joking. Do not send us any nudes, or if you do, we'll enjoy laughing. That's not nice. I'm just fucking kidding. I love you all. Real quick, I wanted to touch on a subject that I thought about today that really hit me, because I was just driving around listening to some oldies, and I was like, Barry, and I was like, I'm gonna bring this up at the podcast tonight. I was like, we, barring the fact that we did grow up, and it's indisputable. What any generation can tell me whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. I know in my heart of hearts, I grew up at the perfect time. The 70s, 80s, and 90s were the perfect time to grow up because of just how fast technology changed, how fast everything changed. Movies, fashion, all of it. And literally, I looked at it today and thought to myself, literally, I keep saying that, but it's a good word. As we grew up, the world grew up. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I said, in the 70s, it was really like everything was still, when I was a kid, innocent. Everything was innocent. It was sweet. It was a cornucopia of things, it was just like good times and just good stuff, good cartoons, good food, good everything, or at least everything appeared that way. Could have been masked, but even still, ignorance is bliss. And then the 80s was definitely like our mid years of life, where it was like, the fashions really, blew up, the music blew up, and we were growing up. And then like the 90s was like the dark, brooding adult growing into like our adulthood, the grunge scene, that just everything was like, this is, everything's a facade, everything's fake. We got to, it really, like, the times grew up and we grew up, and it was just like a perfect time. But I feel like after, like, honestly, he's sorry to say, for me, it feels like after that, like, start getting into 2000s and up to today, it's just like, man, it's not the same. Nothing. There's nothing. It's like everything was just run through, and now everything that's old is new again, because there's nothing new that anyone can do. It's like we just burned through it all. We did everything, and now there's nothing left. Like, it's crazy. I was just like, but I just thought to myself, I was like, man, that's why we keep, I think, I don't know, maybe not everybody does, but a lot of us do. Even though I was ostracized because of this, that, and the other thing, and and picked on and whatnot and shit like that. And I went through some hard shit, like a lot of us do. Single parent home, abandonment, father, just on abusiveness and shit like that, and all kinds of crap. And but even still, compared to how things are, as bleak they really are. I mean, I say we all need to keep hope, and I'm keeping hope, but I just, like, it's so funny that we just constantly want to go, I wish I could go back. And I think a lot of people do that. I'm sure my parents, they always wish they could go back to their time period, because that was just the best. And I'm not just talking about where people are like, oh yeah, because you were a kid and you had no bills. I'm not saying that. I think a lot about the 90s, and I was working. I hate working, jumping from job to job. I got pregnant at an early age, had a kid. I went through a lot, but I swear to God, I remember having there was a lot of things, a lot of goodness still that was going on, even in all the darkness. It was just a weird, different time. And now I don't know, man. It's just maybe this life cycle of us as humans. It's just, now this is where we are. Like, this generation, they might be completely have a different view of how I see the way the world is. They might be going, this is not bad. This is my youth. This is my world. You're right. I am not like, it's hard to, think that way. Like, oh, kind of time's passing me by. But it is. It's life. It is life.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I was there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm happy I got to do. I really wish I could have done more. I mean, I really could have done things. I mean, everybody goes with that. I think, oh, I wish I could have done more. I could do things differently. I definitely would have went to see a lot more bands.
Yeah,
that's one for sure. God. I was like, if I knew that was going to happen, I definitely would have seen Nirvana at least once.
You're gonna read us a story now?
Yeah, I'm gonna read you a bedtime story. No, it's just one of these quotes that I was reading the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring that up. I don't know if it's a quote, but anyway, somebody said, let me see if I can get in some good light here. Hold on. Protect your own good in all that you do, and as concerns everything else, take what is given as far as you can. Make reason. I can't see too good. Even with glasses on, but the light. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here. Let me start over. Fuck it. Protect your own good in all that you do, and as concerns everything else, take what is given as far as you can. Make reasoned use of it. If you don't, you'll be unlucky, prone in failure, and hindered and stymied. So yeah, we have a flame in us, and we need to protect that flame every day and keep it safe. Take what you can and leave the rest.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Hitting it home, leaving it on a deep note. But remember, everybody, just avoid the negative people. Surround yourself with the people you love. And if there's no one that you love, we love you. Just know that we love you. There's people out there that love you.
We appreciate you.
And hang out, man. Yeah. Like the song says, "Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. I don't know when. They will."
Yeah. Keep hanging in there, kids.
Yeah.
We're gonna get through it. So we do appreciate everybody that tuned in this week to our Yak session, midweek Yak session. Check us out on Sunday. We're going to talk about Kevin Smith and some of his movies. And I'll put a poll up, and I'll put a thing up so you can ask questions if you want to, or submit a question if you want to. I don't put them up on every episode. Every once in a while I do, but I'm going to do that this week. So catch us on Sunday for the new episode. We do again appreciate to all of our friends, families,
newcomers, an old
newcomers,
seasoned tape heads,
old tape heads, new tape heads. Thanks for tuning in. And you got anything else you want to shout out before we sign off? Words of wisdom.
Kill Whitey. No, not that one. No. I was trying to remember the first one. Oh, down with the man. Kill Whitey. Pookie, let's burn this motherfucker down. Nah, just peace, love, and chicken grease, everybody.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. And I will see you on Sunday, man.
Sunday, yeah. Sunday at Raceway Park. Later.
Right, let's get out of here. I got yard work to do.
Dickhead. No, you don't.
Yeah. Later, man.
Later.